So, if I want to note down something, please see in how many ways I can do that. I am not trying the attributes, I am taking much simple example. Your mobile phone, everybody got a mobile phone? I wish to ask which feature of mobile phone is very important for you. So, I ask it like operating system, apps, price, size, durability or life. These 5 things are there. See the number of ways I can ask the similar question. To me, I want to get which out of them is important, right. First method is I ask you rank the following. The lower the rank, better it is, first method. Second method is tick the following, whatever is applicable. So, a person will tick 2, 3, I will just count how many ticks are there for OS, how many ticks are there. The more the ticks, the more important it is, correct. The third way, highly important to least important, a sort of a Likert scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a tick mark here. Are you getting me? From all I am getting the same sort of thing. Last I can get, you are given 100 points, distribute the 100 points so that their total is 100. How much you feel like? So, you say well price is very important 50, this is 10, this is 5, this is 7, this is 3 and total should be this. This is called constant sum scale, and then I will check, get the total of all the points given by all the respondent. The more will be the points, more important. In analyzing, for all separate different techniques will be used. You can't apply all the time same. One method, second method, third method, fourth method. So, I have done this by 4 methods and 4 sort of different techniques will be used. But my point is she interested only in which are important, or she is looking for their relation with something else or something?
Yes, a relation will also.
With whom?
No.
No. I am asking out of all the 5, 6, my interest is only to note down their sequence, order of importance, or I am saying this should be checked for boys and girls separately. It's univariate. It's a univariate. Why univariate? Bivariate comes like you say what to do with this factor with something else. There is no something else. We said I want to know the order of importance, which of them are important, which of them are crucial. Okay, these 2 are crucial. This will be answer, no? I shouldn't ask well Samsung which was the apps different in Apple and Android. I am not asking this thing. I am simply asking which is the order. So, it is a univariate. You may say no, there are the 5 variables, but I am not about it, does not make it a multivariate because these are 5. The point is the factors thus obtained are, you are not using them somewhere else for finding the relationship with something, you are not comparing with something else. So, these are simply univariate. Okay. So, 2 bivariate and 1 univariate, but it is quite good. What the synopsis I have seen, it is quite good, because what the people write, they write horrible things, and generally what happens, okay, I am not used to it. So, generally what happens when I take workshop, people say well we feel very bad. So, I said bad like is not clear. Well, no, it is clear, but now we look for what exactly we have written. So, it is okay, but the thumb line is whatever I say, it is not that this is the rule. You think about it, if you convince, then it is okay. You got a guide, you got a DRC. So, it is just I am presenting my point of view, what I have understood. It is not I am saying these are the facts, I am not saying like this. You just look for it. Just a few template objectives, the way they are written and the way they should be handled like this. So, there are some words of English, unfortunately or fortunately we are working in English language. So, there are certain words, these words are to predict, to forecast or model dash dash dash, that is it. The moment there is a word prediction, it means it will be handled with regression family. My favorite writer is Andy Field. His book is Discovering Statistics Using SPSS. He says there is only one thing in the world that you should learn, that is a regression. T-test is a regression, ANOVA is a regression, even chi-square test is a regression. There is only one thing. The same I said you that there are two sort of things, one to measure something and second to find the relation. When you say to find the relation, it means it is a regression. Regression family I am saying, it is a joint family, there are 10, 11 members in this family. Why so many regressions? There is a something called ordinal regression, there is a non-linear regression, there is a probit regression, multinomial regression. Why? Something will happen and that is why there are so many separate, but we call it as a regression family. Likewise, to compare, the moment you write to compare, it is belong to that hypothesis testing. To compare or to differentiate. So, it will be bivariate and it will be in the zone of hypothesis test, T-test, ANOVA, Z-test, etc. To identify, to determine the factors influencing to find out the factors determining capital structure, determining satisfaction, determining employee morale, engagement, anything. To determine the factors generally, it can be handled what will be the final answer? If this is the objective, the final answer should be the following are the factors 1, 2, 3, 4 A, B, C, D, correct. If this is to determine which are the factors, answer is these are the factors. It should be as simple as that. So, what is the way they are handled it? We go for the review, we find out all those factors that are possible and then we ask our respondent which of these they feel are important and respondents responses are clubbed together. So, either it is called EFA exploratory factor analysis or it is called the CFA confirmatory factor analysis. Generally it is handled this way. I have just shown you to identify the factor, there are the 4 ways. One is the ranking method, one is the tick the following, it can be any method, but most commonly this method is used. The moment you say to determine the factors, it strikes to the people, scholars, okay, factor analysis. Factor analysis means EFA, you know the full form, what is that?
Exploratory factor analysis.
Exploratory, underline it. EFA is used in the exploratory studies, not in the descriptive studies. Name indicates EFA, exploratory factor analysis. When you do not have any review, what you do? There is no review. You simply think of the various factors, still experts will be there, you talk to them and then write out certain factors, the people will reply and you just score the highly correlated are taken together, that is called EFA. CFA always checks something, so there is a review, there is a model and then you ask the people and on the basis of it you check. C is confirmatory, you confirm whether what the review says is correct or not, that is a confirmatory factor analysis. You know, particularly in Delhi, it takes me in a 5-hour workshop of EFA CFA, 4 hours is taken where to use them and 1 hour what is that, because people feel like jugglery, you apply EFA then you apply CFA then apply EFA again. I do not know what you are doing. EFA, the name says it is exploratory, no review is there, so whatever the people will say you go ahead with that.
सर एक चीज पूछना है
पूछो।
जैसे देयर आर 4 फैक्टर्स जो हमें रिव्यू से मिला एक हमें ना हमें लगा कि एक नया फैक्टर भी होना चाहिए कि जो पहले से ही हम उसको दोबारा रिसर्च क्यों कर रहे हैं तब हम क्या करेंगे EFA करेंगे
Have you heard of Fleming's left hand rule? Ever studied this Fleming's left hand rule? Well, the entire PhD is about the 3 persons, one of them is you, the second is review or we call them as the experts and third is the respondent. Now try to listen it very carefully. These people say respondent oblique data behaves in this particular way. A person sitting in Japan is saying people are stressed because of this reason. It means I am an independent person, I am unbiased, nothing to prove or disapprove. I will study a paper, the study says the people are stressed because of this reason. Okay, let me check it out. It may be true for my respondent, may not be true. And please remember, never ever I will say this person is correct and my people are stupid. I will never say like this, right? So I will check on it. Now there are the 2 things. If it's correct, it's okay. If not correct, it's okay. Let me give one example. Let's take an example of a disease, let's say polio. There is a problem of polio, and somebody, let's say in Austria, devised a vaccine. It says that using this, people got cure. Germany tested it, cure. They started using it. Somebody else used it, somebody else, and everybody cured. We said, okay, in India, we also check. There are two possibilities. Either person will get cure. If person will get cure, we will stop doing research on that, and we'll say it's a cause and effect relationship. So when you got a headache, which tablet to take? There is a cause and effect. If headache, they take this tablet, it will be gone. So we are not longer doing any research on that. It becomes a constant. It becomes a causal relationship, cause and effect. Second point is, we tested that vaccine in India, and the person is not cured. Now tell me why. What can be the reasons? A person getting cure in Germany, in Austria, why we are not getting cure here? What can be the other reasons? It can be environmental factors, it can be the nutrition, eating habits, okay, it can be a number of reasons. So what we will say to this person is that whatever you said doesn't apply to my particular circumstances or respondent. I will not say you are telling a lie, right? I won't say, I will say it is not applicable. Just think of that in terms of now social sciences. In marital life, this sort of problems comes, there is a review. I will check it here. Is it mandatory the same problems should come in India? No, I will say, I will check. If it is correct, it's okay. If not, it's okay. Now, if there is no review available, then what you will do? You will just think from your perspective what can be there. You will ask for these people, and what you do? You enter the data, you click something. The factor analysis, these factors you don't make, the system makes. That is EFA. You will never challenge, because these people are believing this. Now, he wrote a paper, he said in marital there one more problem is there. Had he tested it on somebody, or is his idea? He tested something, his idea, his own idea is there. It will be called as a conceptual paper. He has written a conceptual paper. Now the second person wants to check his idea, right? What should be there, EFA or CFA? It will be CFA, 100% CFA. Your question was that if you make any changes in the questionnaire, so there are two sort of questionnaires, adapted and adopted. Adopted as such, adopted is simply checked for the suitability. If it's suitable, okay. If not, you will report. Adapted means make any change. Now point here is, the moment you make any change, it's your point of view. Was it tested with these people? No. So what is your idea? Should you check with these people, or you are happy with your idea? You should check, no? When you will check, there are certain statistical parameters. If they are coming up to the mark, it means whatever you believed is endorsed by these people. There are certain statistical parameters. If it is not coming up to the mark, you will say, well, I had an idea that this should come, but that was not endorsed by these people. The point is, who's more important? You are more important, or these people are important? These are important, na? You should apply CFA. CFA means you had an idea. Do you get that point? Even if something bubbles in your mind, you feel this should be done. I have read it, I have seen it. Fine, you made a theory, but it is not checked by the other people. When you check from the people, and that's why statistics come into picture. It says if the indicators are such and such, it's okay. They believe you. They're giving the same results as you thought of. It means okay. Otherwise, your idea is not okay. For this particular thing, for research methodology, I will advise you one documentary, The Secret of Sex. It's an amazing documentary. It's about boys and girls. It's about what a boy looks into a girl, what a girl look into a boy. First, need for the study. Why such study is required? Why we are interested? This study was sponsored by, this was conducted in UK. This study was sponsored by one of the matrimonial site there. Just look for need for the study. Just like matrimony.com, shadi.com. Matrimonial site said that every day we got a database. We randomly pick the people and we send to the people. Every day 10 or maybe every week 10 people are there, and then they reject it. We want it to be very accurate. Like there must be some way, like this particular boy, I should ask any number of questions with the boy, but then I must be able to tell 2 or the 3 girls, one out of whom he should marry. Do you find it's a genuine reason? So they said, please work on it. Now look for how they commence with. They said, okay, there are some professors. He said, well, I understand the theory about the relationships. He has given this theory. Like one of the theory says that we like people who are like ourselves. We like the people who dress like ourselves, who behave like ourselves, who see like they react everything. We like our just own clones in one way. We admire ourselves. So 6 boys are taken, 6 girls are taken of the various age groups. One of them is a pilot, the other is working in a school teacher, other is working somewhere. Likewise, the girls are from different professions. This is dependent and independent. These are the variables. Now, what are the other variables? Other variables, they said, one beautician they took. The beautician said, you know, the way you look at the person, how attractive, it largely depends on this, and using cosmetics you can alter that. 2 girls are given there, you will apply beauty and they will conduct certain experiments. Experiment is something you will meet to each other, it is a speed dating, and you will just find out, 2 minutes you are given, you can talk to anything, and there is a, you will just write out of 100 this much marks, out this marks you will do. Boys also do, girls also do. So for that, how many variables are there? One variable is beautician, the other for the gents, it was said the way you dress up make a large sense. So they conducted a separate experiment. One teacher is there, so just stood in a shop, just like a mannequin, and the girls were asked to rate from 0 to 10, 1 to 10. He got a minus score also. 0 or minus is a very bad sort of appearance. Then they said, okay, now this is a 3-piece suit and this sort of goggles, etc., etc. And again, it was asked now rate, and his rating was minimum 4 to 6 or 7. You say whatever girls will say, there is a way, the way you appears, your dressing sense, etc., that makes sense. Then there is another variable, there is a secret, they teach you how to date. So that 2 candidates are taken from there, and then this experiment is conducted. Well, it's not about the what a boy girls look into this. From research methodology point of perspective, this is an outstanding documentary. What the variables are there, and what is their conclusion? A big flop. The professor said we like each other, that they were asked, they were given least rank. Then they were asked, why you didn't, he's just like you. There is a computer program they have made, searching out of the best one, your attributes. The girl said, well, it felt like I am dating my brother. No, he was just like me, why I will date her, my brother? So theory flop, nothing comes out. But the way it was, secret of sex, outstanding. 3 parts are there, and all 3 are amazing from research methodology point of view. Correct.